So this episode of Performance Cycles Ride Colorado, Coop takes a MRA race school track day session and learns what it takes to get from the street to the track.
All right, what's up, guys? As you can see, we're here on the MRA Road Racing Association's website. We're going to kind of walk you through basically their site real quick for Super Street Race School. We just got done with it. First, let me say it was awesome. For $200, well worth the money. You get, 3.5-4 hours of classroom instruction Friday night, then all day at the track out at HPR. And to put that in perspective, usually a track day out at HPR by itself is about $160. So for $200, it's worth every penny. I mean, honestly, these guys could be charging a little bit more, and I don't think anybody would complain. I mean, if you look at, Yamaha's Champ School for the full day out there is like $500. And if you can't get out the race school, you can always do Super Street. So let's talk about Super Street real quick. For Super Street, it's just a condensed version of the race school. You're pretty much getting an hour of classroom time, and that's really to go over the safety protocols of the track. After that, you'll go out, with an instructor, usually 2 to 3 students per instructor. You're going to get, a couple sessions in. They're really going to show you how wide the track is, the race line. You'll do some launch drills, and then at the end of the day, you're going to do a mock race, which is pretty cool. And this will go over kind of all the things you need. Really, you just need to tape up your lights. Make sure you have water instead of coolant. Water wetter is probably the easiest thing to put in there. 1 or 2 piece suit, gloves, helmet, boots, that kind of stuff, which we'll go over later in the video, kind of show you what kind of suits will get you out to the track and the difference between price points. You know what I mean? You really don't got to go out there and spend thousands of dollars on a suit. So that's Super Street. Now, Super Street you can do pretty much every Saturday during the race weekend. So every time they're out there racing, whether it's Pueblo, PPIR, HPR, that Saturday, they'll do a Super Street class. All right, so let's talk the actual race school. Jeff Brown is the instructor out there. He does a great job. Absolutely does a great job. If you ever get a chance to see him, talk to him, pick his brain out the track. School started bright and early, man. I think Riders Brief happened 7:30, Tech and Spec about 7:45, 8 o'clock, and then it was just nonstop sessions until lunchtime, take an hour break, and then right back out there. Pair you up with pretty much somebody who has right around the same size bike that you, and also somebody that's at the same level. Ryan Burke, who's the number 1 plate holder, be our instructor for the day, which was absolutely awesome. The guy's not only fast, but super friendly, super great to talk to, knowledgeable, and he's super patient, which is really nice, man. One of the things I really like is he would follow us and kind of pick up on some of our bad habits that you get from riding the street and the canyons. You really don't realize it until you get out to the track and those things kind of come to light. And he was extra helpful, pointing those things out and correcting them for you and letting you go out and work on them. And at the end of the day, you got to do 2 races for each group. A and B group both got to do 2 different races. So as long as you weren't an idiot, at the end of the day, yeah, you got your certificate. And if you chose to at that time, you could pay another $250 and get your race license if that's something you wanted to do. Also, I should note out that 2 Super Streets, if you decide you want to race and you're not out there wrecking yourself or a safety hazard to other riders, that'll pretty much get you your race license as well. So overall, I think it was a really great experience. I think for anybody who, even if you don't have any interest in racing, get out there and check it out. So let's go talk with Christian over at Performance Cycles, talk about suits real quick, kind of see what can get you out there on the track and the different price points.
So Christian, I'm trying to get to the racetrack, and I need a basic suit that's going to get me to the racetrack. So tell me the difference of this suit, what I'm getting for $800, as opposed to jumping up to a $1,300, $2,400 suit.
So an $800 suit is definitely going to get you what you're looking for. It's going to be a 1-piece suit, so it's definitely going to get you to the track. Definitely going to be something that you'll still be really safe in. Some of the benefits that you're going to gain, really, really cheap suits don't really have a ton of options as stretch paneling. So like this Dainese suit, it does have stretch paneling, the knee sliders, the shoulder sliders, and then of course the race on the back.
Well, that's important.
So it makes you look cool and makes you go fast.
Makes you go fast.
When you look cool, you go fast, right?
That's right.
Something else black people like. Mid-range, you're going to gain some elbow sliders. You're going to gain a little bit more stretch paneling, like in the chest, in the side areas. So when you go to the race position and actually are in the tuck position, you're going to be a lot more comfortable. as well as getting a little bit more custom fit and feel.
And elbow sliders are important because guys like me, we do drag our elbows. Not just Marquez, I do too.
And usually that means him going down. Again, you gain the speed hump. You definitely major features going from like an $800 suit to a $1,200 suit.
So $800 suit gets me to the track, fits pretty good, but as I go up, I get more options, more breathability, and a little bit more of a custom fit.
Exactly. When you really want to get serious and you really want to get some protection, Dainese makes this D-Air suit. Now this thing is basically their top of the line suit. You're basically gaining an airbag impact protection. It deploys based off of G-forces, so it can even deploy even if you don't go down. But the nice thing is it doesn't have restrictive qualities, so you're not going to be in a situation where you're like, oh crap, it went off. I can't ride the rest of the race or the rest of the day. You do gain, again, the same kind of elbow sliders, the same kind of adjustability in the stretch paneling, the knee sliders, and the knee pucks. So very similar to our $1,200 and $800 suit, but that airbag is probably the biggest part. So it protects the shoulder, the chest area. So $2,500 gets you an airbag suit, so it's definitely going to be up there. All the dynamics are in the actual hump itself. The one downside is once it deploys, you do have to send it in. But this is for a serious racer. A lot of guys are usually buying 2 of these suits, so they have the backup, which is pretty serious. I mean, that's kind of an expensive.
So you go from your basic track day to your hardcore racer. Airbag is always good for protection for when you go down, but unfortunately, I'm not that good, so I'm not going to spend that much money on that type of suit. We're going to go back down to the $800 suit. Thanks.
Fucked and drank all night, acted all alright, had no need to fight tonight. Fucked and drank all night, acted all alright, had no need to fight tonight.